Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this episode of the Games Prod podcast, where we tell you how LinkedIn is not a dating site. Unfortunately, Luke is unable to attend. Matt and I get down and dirty with the truth of LinkedIn and the predators that kind of linger among us, sending us lovely unsolicited messages and how we go about handling it. Also, we hope you enjoy this episode, and yeah, thank you for listening.
It's Saturday night!
Really sorry to tell you, Matt, it's actually only Monday.
Fuck.
I know.
This is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
You were just telling us about how awesome you are at picking things up and putting them back down again.
Yes, I was. And for those of you new to my lovely hobbies outside of work, I am a competitive powerlifter. I don't just pick things up and put them back down to annoy Matt in random places. I pick up the big girl weights and then I put them back down.
Nice.
So yeah, I was recently in Ireland, in Limerick, and I competed in the European Championships, where I finished in the top 3 of my category with an overall pull of the day of 340 kilograms.
Wow.
So that was 125 on my squat, 60 on my bench, and 155 on my deadlift.
And you were saying that you're off to, you got another one coming up.
Mm-hmm. So in like 5 weeks, we have the British Nationals, which is what we call like the gateway to the World Championships. And if I finish in the top 3 of my category there, I then get to go to the World Championships in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now, how are you feeling about that?
It feels really weird. Like, I've done the European Championships, and now I've just kind of come back to life as a routine. I'm like, I don't feel like there was a big monumentous thing. It's really weird. It's like, oh, I've done it. I've got a medal, I've got some pictures. I've got, yeah, cool. Back to work. And now it's like back to training, back into the ramp up routines to get all the maxes, because I've got the next competition in 5 weeks. Just feels like, boop, happened, get back to work. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Go make some games, and then kind of in 5 weeks' time, go back to picking up the stuff and
yeah, lift it all again.
I've heard this phrase recently, monk mode. Are you kind of still like very focused? You're not drinking. You're really kind of you're training all the time. Just everything else goes away.
It's like all that discipline of no alcohol. Like, you can go and socialize, but you got to control that intake. You got to make sure you're watching where you eat, because you don't want to necessarily mess up your weight category. You don't want to damage your strength build up, so you don't want to like negate that in any way, shape, or form, especially when you're only like 5 weeks out. You want to make sure you're maintaining all that strength so that you can just walk in the day, stroll up, pick it up, mic drop, and leave. That's it.
Just walk in, pick it up, put it down, walk straight back out again, and just.
To be fair, there was one of my deadlifts I'd done that. I came in, picked it up, put it down, and walked.
I saw the videos that you sent. They were great, and they're absolutely amazing. It's such an achievement. Are you feeling like the kind of, coming in the top 3 in your category in the one that's coming up, which is the gateway to the kind of World Championships? Are you feeling confident at the moment? How are you?
Don't get me wrong, there's like a lot of really strong competition. So the girl that took first place well and truly earned it. Like, she came in with a squat of like 147.5 kilos. And her deadlift was like 170 kilos. There's some pretty stiff competition. Like, our totals hers were like 370 for the day. The girl that got second was 350 and I was 340. So it was a really close competition. So yeah, I just got to pick up the numbers. So I'm confident I can do well. I just don't know where I'll place. But I think having that pressure to try and place in that top 3 it doesn't really, I just want to go compete and see how I do. Obviously, I'm competitive enough to be like, I want the big numbers because I'm going to do that. But where I place, I'm not sure. I want to go to Worlds. That would be really cool. But 3 big competitions in a year is hard going. So
that requires a lot of dedication and focus.
Yeah.
Because when you said there at the top, you said I'm a competitive powerlifter. I thought you were just going to stop at I'm competitive.
I'm competitive. I mean, I am. Yeah.
Would you say out of me, you and Luke, that you're the most competitive?
Yes. Yes.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know.
Would you not say this? Are you
I
competitive, Matt?
I am. It's a trait of mine that I'm not particularly fond of because I know how quickly it boils over into arguments, and so it's something that I'm very aware of and try to
Fair.
not let out too much. Obviously, if you've been listening to other episodes of the show, that you will know that we play a game called True or Flays that I am the reigning champion of at the moment. So I guess that
Yeah,
that must stick
yeah.
in your craw a little bit there, Tash.
Actually, to be fair, like I guess I'm not that competitive because eh. I'm competitive when it comes to picking up the things that I'm good
There you go.
at. Your true or flays. I'm clearly not good at this, so
Nah, yeah,
yeah,
not gonna sweat it too much. Okay,
yeah.
that's good. I that is one of the arenas in which I will let my competitive slide out, and the moment that you and me
No, you're
start,
not competitive at all, Matt.
maybe just a little bit. Speaking of, actually, there was just one last question on this topic, if you'll indulge me. But what's the vibe backstage like when it's female competitors? Is it
It's
supportive?
so supportive.
Is it?
Yeah, it's so supportive. Like honestly, in any other sport, I don't think you have the same sort of environment. But everybody in powerlifting, women, men, male, whatever, everyone just wants you to lift the big heavy thing. We want you to succeed. We want you to get the numbers. We want you to win. We want you just to lift the heavy thing. And everyone's there to support you. Everyone's there to help you warm up and get the best out of it. Everyone's there to help you focus and lays it in, and it's great.
It's just you and me chatting about this particular topic because we're chatting about sexism and misogyny in the games industry. We'll get onto that in a second, but the reason that we decided to talk about this particular topic this evening is that Tash, you received an interesting communication from somebody on LinkedIn. Do you want to do you want
Yeah.
to tell us about what happened?
So it's an interesting one in the sense of like what can start off as what's seemingly harmless, right? And it's not. It's so not. So when you think about LinkedIn, it is a professional networking space. You go there to connect with your peers, your coworkers, make potential connections with other people in different companies so that you can expand your network, the business. You're representing your company at all time, essentially on there, right? And I got a message from a male connection who reached out to me. And, we had a workplace in common. And so I thought, oh, you know what? It's fine. I'll accept this connection. And the first message I get from this connection after accepting it was, now do you know what? Let me get the specifics right of what is said. Right,
I
shall
was
we?
reading your follow up post
Yeah.
while you said it, yeah, which I thought was it was heartwarming and soul destroying at the same
Same
time.
time. Yeah. And
Yeah,
so the original message that I got was, hiya, love heart emoji. A beautiful lady in my home city into games. Wow, lovely to meet you, Natasha. And it's like, there's so many elements wrong with this. And at first, I remember sending it to you guys. I'm like, am I overreacting by getting this? Like, is this actually harmless? And I'm just being like oversensitive? Like, nah, I don't think so. And it's like, you don't start from message going, hi, love heart to someone you don't know, or even to someone you do know, unless you have that kind of relationship. You don't do that. And then go, wow, a hot woman into games in my own city. Oh, wonderful. It's like, there's so many layers wrong with this that it screams predator in the workplace. It does.
it does.
It does. And the thing is, their support for it has been really resounding on the whole. Like, for this is like, this is unacceptable. You shouldn't be, this is not the platform for it. LinkedIn is not a dating site. If you want to reach out and connect to someone, do keep it professional. There has to be a reason. You shouldn't be connecting with someone based off a picture in the sense of, oh, you're cute. Maybe I'm in with a shot if I just do this. That's not how this is. It's really creepy. It makes people super hesitant. And this is why women don't want to respond to men in the workplace, despite whether your intentions are genuinely like, I'm here to be a professional, friend, whatever. you're now unfortunately in that category of, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to deal with you or connect with you because you are now unfortunately male and that's all it takes now, which is such a shame. But the response from women, that has been really good to see, that there's been loads of other kind of stories and incidents like that. They've all kind of had the same thing, so we're not alone. But the fact that it has happened is like, isn't that a shame in this day and age? Isn't that a real shame? Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah, there are, just sort of picking up on the point there that you made, like that LinkedIn is a professional networking site. There are plenty of
Mm,
places online and on apps where you can go to connect with people who may be looking for a relationship of some description. And but it's not LinkedIn. I mean,
mm-mm.
LinkedIn is a lot of things, but it is absolutely and categorically not a place to go chirping on the birds, as we used to say back in the day.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's and it I remember somebody commented on the original post that you did saying,
Mm.
"Oh, well, this happens to men too, but we just don't complain about it."
I
And
saw that.
yeah, and I read that and I was thinking, that's interesting because that has never happened to me. I've never
Yeah.
had anybody kind of like message me or connect with me on LinkedIn out of the blue and just start flirting. Um, and I had a look at his profile picture and I just thought, I just doubt that is true, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, even on a
yeah.
dating site, I would imagine that most people are going to be swiping left on
The
you,
thing is,
buddy.
there are some comments on the original post that I've just left alone, because if any other of their co-workers see it, they can be warned of how their male counterparts are reacting and just be warned of, I hope you feel safe because I wouldn't with this sort of attitude. One of them was actually, no, a couple of them were great. One of the more recent ones was, so you have to humiliate this man online. If you don't like it, just block and report him. It's so much kinder. You don't have to humiliate him. Like, isn't that strange? No, I think I'll continue to humiliate. Thank you. It would have been kinder
Shame.
for him not to send me that message,
Yeah,
right?
actually, sort of, there's a biological imperative regards shame,
Mm,
and a socio one as well. It's unfettered. It is a terrible feeling.
mm,
If you feel shame for no particular reason or because you've been vilified for something that isn't sort of really quite that bad, but shaming somebody into behaving as the social construct would prefer him to behave, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with that. The
no.
kind of the classic name and shame. It's like some people do need to be reminded
Yeah.
publicly that
Yeah.
they have transgressed.
Yeah.
So I don't really see anything particularly wrong with that. I, I,
Yeah.
I think those kinds of comments, they don't help. It's like, should you do both? Yes, absolutely. It's not a one or the other
Mm.
sort of option. But, you said though that you got a lot of you got a lot of messages from women that have been through similar experiences.
Yeah. So it's more like you can read the comments, there are messages, a lot of reposts as well. So that post for a good week, and it's still continuing to happen. It's pretty solidly kind of viral at this stage, I consider. It's getting a lot of traction. And a lot of the comments were, thank you for communicating this. Thank you for highlighting it. We go through this as well. It's nice to see that, someone's actually posting it. Maybe like them will do something about this, which suggests to me that this has happened before, but no one else has spoke out about it, which is quite worrying because, to be fair, there are probably worse messages that have happened that have gone out and no one spoke about it and they've reported and blocked. And like, that's fine. And if you're not comfortable posting, that's great. But if it's taken someone like myself to like post this and then suddenly to see all that come in, it's like, well, that's bad. But there was
Right.
a lot of women just thanking me for speaking out, for raising it, for highlighting it. A lot of them, there's a lot of kind of thoughts and feelings about shouldn't have hid the name and the profile and whatnot. To be fair, I did a bad job of hiding the name. But at the end of the day, it's like, well, I know the power of social media. These will all find who it is anyway. I'm just going to be like, this happened, your own. And to the people who have posted on the comments that have also shown their, I guess, shall we say, their colors of their thoughts of this as well. I'm like, best of luck to you for showing your true colors on social media. All I can say is predator in the workplace and see what happens from that job
Yeah.
at that point forward. But yeah, it's quite concerning. Like a lot of these women did reach out and connect, and it's basically blowing my network up on like the women strong side, which is really nice to see. But on the flip side of that, for like I think for every one connection from a female professional I got, I maybe got like 10 to 15 of males with no connection requests or anything, no like messages. I think I maybe accepted a couple, and then they all came with like similar messages like, "Oh my god, you're so cute. Your eyes are lovely. Your hair is beautiful. You're so cute." And following on that same trend right after, and I'm like, okay, so now I realize that a lot of these men are probably just doing this to treat me like it is as a, like an egg on from that post. So now automatically just declining all connection from my fellow male network because like, well, I can't trust you anymore. So either send me a message and tell me what you want, or I'm just going to automatically decline you. It's a shame. It's a real shame.
Yeah, it's it is an abuse of uh, the system, and B, it's kind of like like you were saying earlier, it makes you feel hesitant to accept
Sure.
these requests, especially one without any
Yeah.
um, sort of reasoning behind
Yeah.
it. I've seen one or two other posts that are very similar, and it is always disheartening to see like that this is something that happens, and the people that come in and talk about it from the perspective of, oh well, they're just being friendly, and you go,
There was a couple of
yeah,
concerning ones where like, I don't see the problem with this. It's really sweet. I wish I got comments like that. And like, if you're a woman, I'm concerned for you. If you're a fellow male, then you are just as bad. The fact that you don't see the issue with this, you are just as bad. You're part of the problem. And there were a lot of those kind of comments.
in your estimation, do LinkedIn actually do anything about these things?
I've not seen anything yet from this one. And this is my kind of first run in with something like this on LinkedIn. So I've not seen anything yet, but I don't know if you do see anything or if they work behind the scenes or if they make it a statement. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, this maybe happen all the time. So it might just be something they brush off, in which case, be better, LinkedIn. That you shouldn't be brushing this off. Or if you are doing something, can you at least let people know you're doing something about it to address the issue? I don't know. I hope they're doing something about it, but what that is, I don't know.
I mean, let's assume for the moment that actually, like, whether LinkedIn intervene or not, I mean, let's assume for the moment that that is a moot point. Like, what is the solution?
You know, I'd love to just say it should be obvious, but like respectful professional manners. If you're going, yeah, good old fashioned manners. Uh, you know what? You can never stop. You're walking down the street, you see someone you think they're cute. That's great. You don't go up and suddenly like grab them and say we're going out for dinner or do that. You have manners. You keep those thoughts in the inside here. You don't go around stalking people. If you do, then you're watching the wrong podcast, and I'm worried that you're part of my audience. But if you are wanting to connect with someone that you don't know, really just drop them a message and say, hey, look, your network looks cool. I want to learn how to do this. This is the reason for connection. At least have that decency to do so. I mean, even harassment messages from co-devs telling me like, hey, we want to work with you. We want to work with you at, midnight most nights. And then I have to eventually say, can you stop harassing me on the weekend? At least send me a message to tell me what they're after. They're after harassing me. This is what they want. And then I have to eventually tell them, like, I'm not the person you want. Can you leave me alone now? Um, but yeah. And if you do find someone attractive on a professional site like that, keep it to yourself. Don't act on it. Don't make people feel uncomfortable. Good old fashioned manners. Everybody should feel safe. Everyone should feel heard. Everyone should feel respected. Don't go out of your way to make people feel uncomfortable by sending them messages of that variety. It's unwanted, it's unneeded, and it's just downright creepy. And you're more than likely going to be reported for being a predator. It's just wrong.
It is. No notes.
No notes.
No notes.
But
it is just
the only
plain.
thing I can say for women who have maybe had this or experiencing it, do report it and call it out where you can, because otherwise it doesn't change. Nothing changes. So honestly, do call it out, raise the flag, speak if it's in work, speak to your HR. If it's on LinkedIn, report, block, and do a lovely big long post like I did, and maybe we can start a movement. You know,
I will put the link to the post in the notes, because it does make for interesting reading. And like you say, on the one hand, there's so much support, for you calling this out, and there are so many people who don't get it, sadly, still don't really quite understand. And this is not a defense of those people at all. It can be very difficult to try to understand the world through the eyes of people who find this kind of thing weird and uncomfortable when you yourself have normalized it in some way. I think it bears repeating these kinds of messages, that if this happens to you, then to at least block and report, and then take that next step to name and shame, or at least shame.
yeah,
If you don't want to name them, like, that's fine. Keep their name out of it, but do report it. Do let people know that it is happening.
Yeah.
Anything else on this, Tash, before we wrap up?
No, I think the message is pretty resounding. Genuinely, if you are a woman in the professional workspace, whatever industry it is, if you are getting unsolicited messages like that, whether it be on LinkedIn or in the workplace, you need to at the very minimum report it. You don't have to go out in the public face if you're not comfortable and say this person said this and this is unprofessional and whatnot, but you need to at the very least report it. And if you are confident enough and comfortable with doing it, then definitely highlight it, make it a public thing. Do the name and shame if you want. Everyone knows their boundaries, but don't just accept it. Raise it. And for the men who watch this, who are allies, great. Continue to reach out with messages of who you are and good intentions. And we thank you for your support. For the men who are watching this that think that message is harmless and that there's nothing wrong with that, don't be our audience, please. And be better.
All right. Thanks, Tash. That is all we have time for this particular evening. So thanks to Luke for his
for not showing up.
His commitment to the podcast. Thank you, Natasha Nathani.
Yay!
Hey, right?
It's only taken 9 episodes.
13. I believe it's 13.
Shit.
It's taken.
I was too nice. I was too nice.
You were way too nice. I may have got it right once or twice near the start, but then I just drifted off into, like, your name is pronounced over everything.
It was kind of interesting to watch how it migrated. Anyway.
And yeah, thank you, our glorious listener. Thank you for if you have any comments, questions, or anything else that you'd like to send to us, it's gameprodpod@proton.me, or you can find our link tree, which is at gameprodpod. And yeah, thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.